Good, so we're recording. So again, guys, good afternoon, well, actually good evening to each and every one of you all on the call here right now. What we're gonna do, guys, today, it's a continuation of what we was doing on Monday. Basically, I hope everybody had the opportunity to install the Harmonic Scanner on your MetaTrader 4 desktop so that, we can just go through the application of, the scanner using just a quick fire method. Basically, the way that I use it and how I use it. So let me share this screen here. Good. Let me kind of minimize this, throw this away if I could. Oh, one more thing. Let's let me mute everybody. Great. So guys, right now we do not have any new harmonic scans at the moment showing up on GAFX broker. Actually, for this entire week so far, what I've noticed is I normally use Pepperstone, and I have not seen any new scans popping up on the 15-minute scanner on Pepperstone. Today I got a few on JFX, but unfortunately this is not my system I'm using. I'm actually using a good buddy of mine, so I'm using his laptop as we speak. So right now what we could do is, for those of you who are on that already installed it, let me see if anybody anybody installed it and actually used anything between Monday and now so far. Yes, no, nope. Okay, so that's one no. Nobody else? I guess not. No updated scans. Yeah. So for some reason, guys, what you could do is the exact same setup from the video. It's telling me that I do not have an app to download it. You need to click direct download. You don't need to have the app. The app should be for Dropbox. I am guessing you mean by the installation files, right? You just need to save the installation files and download it. Okay, Rian, what we could do, we could probably do a Zoom by ourselves and get it set up for you. So nobody else got through with actually applying anything. That's fine. I know for those who installed Pepperstone, between Monday and now, there was nothing happening on Pepperstone for whatever reason. I can't explain it. I don't know. What I did is that I started using my GAFX MetaTrader 4 this morning, and I got some good scans. I got some good trades from it. So with that being said, for those who are using Pepperstone, for the time being that Pepperstone is not functioning for whatever reason, you could use the same installation method in any brokerage, any broker's MetaTrader 4 platform. So whichever one you choose to use, you could, apply the same installation process. What I could do, let me scan through these and see how it looks, that I could show you guys some stuff on. So this was Euro USD from 10 hours ago. And basically, guys, with utilizing the quick fire method, what you want to do is that you're going to get some scans that's going to pop up onto the scanner and also disappear from the scanner after a while too. But that traditionally, that would have meant that you know, those scans were not valid on typical harmonic pattern trading. But with quickfire, you're only basically looking for 10 pips profit from it. This is how I utilize it, right? And whether or not the scan disappears or it stays and it goes for take profit 1, 2, or even 3. In this case, this particular one is, you know, it's smash take profit 1, smash take profit 2, and is, you know, looking to go for take profit 3. This would have been, you know, great for you to get in on, but typical patterns, sometimes they will pop up and then disappear. With quickfire method in trading, you basically have the opportunity to get in on those scans that pop up once it meets the criteria. And, you know, from my experience, you know, 4 to 5 times, the trades are profitable trades. So basically 4 to 5, 8 out of 10, the more you do it, the more practice you get, you basically increase your profitability ratio on these trades, right? So, you know, looking at these trades, let me share with you all the first thing I'll look at. The first thing I'll look at when a trade pops up, and obviously it will give you a notification. You know, I'm not too sure if you guys saw it, but I have a picture on my phone. Don't worry, guys. From next week, we'll be using my system, so I have all this stuff loaded for you guys. Boom, 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 boom. I'm just looking to find the picture to show you guys how it looks when you get a notification. And when I do find that, I will show you all, but I have it here. So when you get a notification of a new pattern and it pops up, what you want to do is look for, you know, certain criterias. Okay, let me open up my video thing and I'll see if I'll see it there. Yeah, cool. Let's see, this camera could zoom in. Yeah, cool. You guys seeing that a bit better? That is how, when you get new pattern alerts, it pops up on your desktop looking like that. So it will say, you know, new pattern alert. It'll give you the time frame, give you the type of pattern, and tell you the currency pair. And basically you will see it on the top of the list here on your MetaTrader 4. What you want to do is, first, what I look for, it must be touching one of these outer Bollinger Bands. This is what is called a mean band, aka the middle band, the one in the center, anything you want to call it for you to remember it, right? You do not want to take a trade when the entry is around here, using quickfire, that is, from my experience so far. What you want to do is, it should be touching any one of these outer bands. The more up in the band it is, the better for you. I typically, with, you know, with quickfire trades, most of the time, from my experience, from what I've seen, first, second, third band, you're good to go. So once the entry, the D point of the scan is 1, touching any one of the outer bands, 2, it's basically at the entry point of the, you know, the setup, like how you have entry at, you know, 1.20122. Check this out, guys. Sometimes, I'm not too sure if I can move this. No, I can't. Sometimes the scan may pop up with it being around this area here without it touching the entry line. And sometimes, because what I've seen with it is that, let's say the scan reaches here. Now, why I would not scan through the list of patterns to find an example for you, because there would not be an example. Basically every scan I pull here will more than likely be at the entry. So, you know, sometimes you're gonna get trades that pop up on the Harmonic Scanner, desktop version that we are on, that does not reach fully at the entry point, but goes in the direction that you want it to go to. For the quickfire method, the way that I've been using it, it's once it touches one of these Bollinger Bands, that is one confirmation for me. Second confirmation I'll look for, it's the RSI either being at a overbought or a oversold position. So the 70 line that you're seeing here, it's considered to be the overbought position in the market. The 30 line that you're seeing underneath here, it's considered to be the oversold position in the market, right? It's when the markets are overbought and oversold. And once the markets are in an overbought position, it's more than likely going to go into, you know, basically a seller's market. What you want to do is look for sell opportunities around here. Likewise, if it's, you know, the RSI is down at 30, what you want to do is look for buying opportunities there. So that's the second thing I look for. And then the third thing you want to look for, it's divergence on the MACD. Now, I can have a simple way I look at it. It's, you know, if I see that the MACD, I kind of use the MACD in relations to the RSI. If it's literally, as you see here, it's kind of coming up and it's peaking. You know, the highest points you're seeing and making it here, it's just like peaking in any other thing that you may think about. If it peaks, guess what? It must come down, right? So I kind of have a simple way that I look at it. What I would recommend to everybody on this call and anybody looking to test or apply any trading strategies taught by anybody, what you want to do, guys, is practice it, practice it, practice it, practice it. Practice it to the point that it becomes, you know, second nature for you to see it, do it, and apply it, right? So that's the third thing I look for. Now, the fourth thing I look for, basically what I do now, it's I come on top here. If you guys are following my mouse, you see this green kind of play button looking icon here. This is an automatic scroll for the chart. So basically, if I shift the chart, I'm using my arrow keys on my keyboard to look back in past history, and I release it, it automatically scrolls back to this point. And I don't want that because I want to see, you know, previous history, so I can look at to see if the, you know, the price is at any support zone or any resistance zone, and vice versa, right? So what I do is I uncheck this, basically click it. And now I could scroll backwards without the chart moving on its own. Then what I do is I just simply click the minus button on your keyboard. So, you know, when you're calculating anything, you have a plus sign and then you have a minus sign. You click the minus sign and it zooms the chart out. Now, once the chart is zoomed out like that, I can now look back in history and see what happened around this price point that I'm looking to sell at. So if I'm looking to sell at this price point, guess what? I could look to see what happened in the market around this point to make a further, you know, confirmation whether or not I'm going to take the sell, I'm going to take the buy. Yes, guys, it's just 10 pips I'm going for, but I make sure why I am taking and entering a buy or a sell on any of the currency pairs that I choose. This is how I've taken, you know, the quick fire method from being, you know, 4 to 5 to, you know, just taking I'm not going to say it's perfect. I'm not going to say that it's a perfect strategy that you're not going to lose on. Guess what? That's what a stop loss is positioned for in any trade setup. For in the due instant that these things happen, just in case it goes opposite, you have a stop loss to get you out, right? But how I basically make my trade setups more probable, it's that I apply all the, you know, the checklist that I just explained to you there, together with looking for, you know, confirmations of basic technical analysis. So for everybody on this call, what you want to do, Quickfire has been one of the simplest, easiest ways for me to, you know, basically make my daily goals. And, you know, I'm really excited to share it with everybody. But to make it even better, what you want to do is understand the basics of trading, which is support, resistance, pullbacks, and trend lines, right? So, you know, this kind of becomes confusing here, right? Now, to me, this is kind of confusing and hard to see with the Bollinger Bands being on the chart. So what I do is I come to window on top here, and I click new window. When I click new window, it's going to pull up this bar, well, this menu with the currency pair. So if I'm looking at Euro USD in this particular case, I just open a new window with Euro USD. It's in black. I personally don't like black, so I just do my quick setup. Guys, everything that I'm showing you, I may be taking my time, but it takes me minutes to do this, right? Background, I like it white. I like everything kind of white and clean. Red, black. Foreground is going to be black. Brand. Blue. That's right. Yeah, that's right. And basically that's it. Now what I do is, again, this is just preference as for me to basically see my chart really clear. I come to charts and I go down to grid and I just unclick it, and now I have a clean chart. I make sure and select M15 because that's the time frame I'm looking at. And right over here, guys, is where we were looking at. Okay, let me draw a little thing here. Right around here is where we were looking at the entry. What I will do, it's now, I'll just use my crosshair and put it right there and just kind of look at what happened in the past as to what price did. So basically, I know it's up there, although it moved, right? I know it's up there. And I will look at what price did around this particular area to confirm whether, this is resistance for me or this is support for me. And with practice, guys, you'll be able to do this, all of this that I'm saying, in a few minutes, because quick fire, the way that I do it, I don't take long to analyze it. And I think probably the guys who invented quick fire didn't intend for people to, take long to decide what they're doing. That's probably why they call it quick fire, right? Fire off quick. I kind of make my decisions quick. What I've seen is basically from my experience with it, it's if you basically try to overthink it, you miss the entries. And then, I do not run down a trade if I miss the entries. I have been burnt a lot trying to run down the trades when I missed the entries. So I kind of leave it alone. So what you want to do is, one, look at all the confirmations. Two, make sure you understand, your basics of support and resistance. And the basics of support and resistance, guys, once you could identify support and resistance, you typically buy off of support zones and you sell off of resistance zones. So if you see that this is a resistance zone, then this is a good confirmation of a sell for you. Basically, if you see that, the trade came down to a support zone and the entry is at a support zone and the scanner is also calling for a buy and the RSI is at 30, you want to buy. So let me see if I can find another one here to show you another example. This is the hourly. No, we're not on the hourly. We're on the 15 minutes chart. US CAD. US CAD, let's zoom this up. So US CAD was kind of all over the place. So would you have taken this trade? Let's see what's up. Around the entry point here, basically the RSI was, at 30, not quite at 30, it's kind of like somewhere around there. And the MACD was kind of all over the place too. So for me personally, I may not have taken this trade because there was no real clear confirmation for me based on the indicators I've seen there. However, I still zoom back out and look at basic technical analysis on it. And yeah, this looks pretty good for a buy for me based on typical technicals, because check this out, guys. For those who know technical analysis, market went up, came down, went up, came back down, went back up. This is what we call, pullback. This is what we also call a retest. Market broke above, it retested here for support, it went up, came back down, test again for support, and continue going. So, in cases like these where you do not really get a full, clear, indication from the indicators, you could still rely back onto your basic technical knowledge of Forex trading and utilize the Harmonic Scanner and still be able to make as much money as you want to make. Now, in my other trainings I'm going to do, we'll apply all of this that I've just said, technicals onto the Harmonic Scanner. But, guys, tonight is about me kind of just, being here with you guys for probably an hour or a little bit more if possible. Hopefully, we could get a new pattern popping up on the scanner. If not, we will just kind of fish around for, previous ones to see my best explanation of what I have in front of me. In the meantime, you guys are free to ask any questions that you want to ask, because right now we don't have anything going on in this scanner for us to really do. Let me see about this one. And typically with old scans on the scanner, everything will look okay. Great. Check this out. Another trick, guys, that I could show you with the Harmonic Scanner. This little black tab here that looks like an arrow, it's your shift icon. So if you do that, it's automatically going to shift to come directly back in line with this. So what you could do, if you want more screen space, just move it as far as you could, right? And this is about as far as you could, so you could get more chat area, right? Here's a clear example of a perfect quickfire setup that did not meet the entry. Check this out. Right? One, we got basically the D point of the scanner. You guys seeing that, right? I hope you guys are seeing that. Let me zoom it up some more. Oh, dang, it wouldn't fit on the screen. So this is the best that we could do right now. This year, it only reached to this point. It never reached the entry line on the Harmonic Scanner, but it touched the maximum outer Bollinger Band. That was one confirmation there, right? Check this out. If I draw, let me draw a vertical line on this. That wasn't so perfect. Dang. There it is. So this candle reached the maximum vertical Bollinger Band on the outside, right? Basically the fourth deviation Bollinger Band. And then if you look here, the RSI is also at the overbought position. If you look at the MACD, it's already peaked and coming back down. It's losing its momentum, right? So that's your third confirmation. Check this out, guys. Let me delete this line now. For those who already got it, let me just delete it. Remember, I showed you guys how to use this crosshair tool to measure pips, right? On Monday's call. For those who didn't get it, let me show you. You just click the crosshair. You bring it to wherever you want to check your pips from. You click it and you drag. This basically came all the way down here. That was 12.4 pips, guys. 12.4 pips. And in quickfire, remember I told you guys, all we're really looking for is 10 pips. So clearly there, your take profit would have been smashed. If you had two positions on it, you would have gained basically 20 pips profit. Personally, guys, anywhere between 20 and 50 pips is great profit for the day. It's basically more than you're ever going to get from your banking system legally, right? And this was, simple quick fire. If I was sitting on my computer and I got this alert on AUD USD, and I saw these, this setup, all I would have done, remember I showed you guys this on Monday, but I'm going to do it over again. I right click, come down, click one click trading, and I go here and I beat this button, sell, sell, sell. Make sure and adjust your lot sizes before you beat this button, right? Whatever is proper risk for your account, change it. If you're trading at a 0.01, make sure you have that in first. Don't get too excited and fire too quickly with the wrong lot sizes. You may regret it. And guys, this is one of the things that I love with quick fire when you learn to do it properly. When you enter at this particular point here, if this was trading view, okay, let me see if I could get an arrow down. That's one tiny arrow. See if I could get it bigger. Nope, I can't. Okay, so let me delete it. So you see, guys, I'm not too good at teaching familiar. Let me put it out. I'm not too familiar with teaching on MT4, but we'll get there. So this is one of the things that I love with quickfire. When you entered at this particular position here, the market did not continue to push up much before it came down into the sell that you wanted it to do. It basically went in the direction that you wanted it to go almost instantaneously. And this is what I like about quickfire. Your drawdown is very small. Your drawdown is very limited. Sometimes you do get it. Like today was one of the first days that I've been doing quickfire for a while that we saw a lot of drawdown, and together with the other guys that I have, you really utilizing this system. Today wasn't one of the best days for them either. But guess what? It happens. And this is Forex. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. You just wanna know how to mentally, mentally be able to accept it and know that there's another day. And once you trade with proper risk and not trade within your barriers, let me put it that way, you will be able to live and be able to trade another day. I'm not saying that we lost for the day. Most of us basically, some broke even, some came out with profits. But the thing about it is that quickfire is a fantastic strategy that we're using. Now, check this out, guys. Last night, Jean-Marc was saying, he was dealing on mindset. And when you're trading, what you want to do and you want to keep in mind is, think about traditional business. Think about, you draw a reference of, a clothing store owner. You own a clothing store, somebody buy basically a top, a pants, whatever it is, they go home with it. And then, the next day you see them coming back into the store to return it. They don't like it anymore. That did not close down your business. That did not, make you go broke. So, keep in mind that things do happen in business, things do happen in the world, and things do happen in Forex. And that's basically what this red line on top there is for. It's your stop loss. Basically, what you want to do, guys, for quick fire, I started using 10 pips. I did 15 pips. And, so far, the general consensus around some of us is that although you're going for 10 pip profit, we have seen that 20 pip profits, 20 pip stop loss has been, a good enough breathing room just in case we get some unfavorable market conditions. So, typically, as I said on Monday, this is not your 2-to-1 win ratio kind of trade or your 5-to-1. Quickfire, it's good as you see in this example here. Once you get in here, it kind of goes into your direction. And if you look closely and you understand what I just said, that is, whatever your goal is or whatever you wanted to earn from this particular trade, you would have earned it in 15 minutes because this is just one candle. And you would have been, out of the market. So when you guys hear that, I say that, I kind of make my daily goal before my cup of coffee is finished. This is, the scenarios that, we come into contact with. And this is why I say, sometimes all I do is one trade for the entire day because all I need is one good pattern to pop up on the scanner that meets the requirement, and I take it and I get into it. And this one trade, That was it for me for the day. I don't need to do anything. Now, how are you gonna lose? You may get 5, 6, 7, or even 10 or 20 more trades for the rest of the day on your MetaTrader 4 platform, and you're gonna be like, oh, this touchy band, this reach RSI, MACD, rah rah rah. Boom, you wanna sell. You're gonna beat up this sell button or beat up this buy button, open up a set of positions, and guess what? That might be the trade to go in an unfavorable position based on the market conditions, and you take some hits on that particular trade and just eat up all the profits that you made early on in the morning. Why? Because you already make your day goal and you did not walk away. So every call you're going to hear this. Just remember that. Every call you're going to hear this. 2018 is my year of discipline, and I want 2018 to be your year of discipline too. Talk to any trader that have been trading more than 6 months to a year, and they're going to tell you discipline is the key to forex trading. Discipline and mindset. Everything else is very easy to understand. The hardest thing is to understand discipline and mindset. We could only preach it as much as we can, and we hope each and every one of you actually takes it to heart and understands it. So, quick fire. You guys saw how to shift your charts using this, this little black arrow. Then you know how to adjust your charts using this auto scroll. How to zoom out using the minus button, and move around your charts using the arrow keys. Now check this out again. This is remember I told you all, the fourth thing that I do is to look for basic technicals. Check this out. If I drop this line right here, let me see if I could get this bigger. Let me put it black, green, or yellow or something. Yellow? That's not gonna work. Let me stay with, why could I never choose a color? Pink, deep pink. Nice, there you go. You can see that one. Now, guys, check this out. Let me zoom it out as much as I could and shift it there. Check this out, guys. I will actually open a new window for it. Now, remember, we opened a new window, Euro USD, earlier on. It's going to be at the bottom here in these tabs. You look to the bottom of your screen, you're going to see them in tabs here. And you could come over here and just bring it across. So we were looking at AUD USD, right? So you just kind of scroll through your currency pairs here, your quotes. It's quotes on your MT4 phone app, and it's Market Watch on your MT4 desktop application. AUD USD. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Good. So you just come here, drag it across. There is AUD USD. What we were gonna do with it? We were gonna sell from up there, which is up here. Yeah, I believe so. Okay, it's very simple. Let's just check the price point. It was 78653. I'm gonna come and just probably put a line at anywhere, and 78653. Cool. So check it out, guys. We had resistance, 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 resistance. Obviously, if I saw this, I was gonna sell. Like hands down, I was gonna sell, and I was gonna open probably 2 positions based on the quick fire, method. Catch 20 pips off a quick fire and leave 1 position that I showed you guys how to do the trailing stop. I did, right? Make sure you guys all the trailing stop. Yeah, good. I was gonna leave one position open with a trailing stop to basically capture all of this move down here. So again, quick fire, basic confirmations based on the indicators, tying it with your technical analysis makes forex trading and taking these, trade entries very, very, very profitable and probable. So, anybody have any questions on what we did so far? We looked at, some of them that basically met the requirements. We looked at one that did not meet the requirements, and we looked at this one that I would have taken, seeing that it did not reach the entry point, and I would have taken it simply because one. Okay, guys, another thing. If you want to get back your chart to, where it is, you just need to click on this black, arrow, see chart shift, and it'll bring you back to, present price. So why I would have taken this over here is because it met everything. And, I would have also been measuring this. First thing I do is I kind of measure what's the difference between this price point and that price point, actually. And then I'll be like, okay, 5 pips, not bad. I could risk 5 pips more, right? Most of the time, it's 5 pips. You see, this time it's like what, 6 pips. Most of the time, it's 5 pips to me under the entry if it has to turn before the entry, and an extra 5 pips is not much for me to risk. And that's just me, right? That doesn't have to be you. You can wait for the perfect setup, and you will get it. And so far, what I've seen with Quickfire is you are sure to get at least one good trade for the day. At least. No matter if you're a morning person, afternoon person, or an evening person that is now getting home from work and now have some time, you will be able to, get a setup. You do not have to be sitting in front of your laptop just looking at it like this, hoping for something to happen. Just have it on, have your speakers turned up on your laptop, and once you do the setup like I showed you, one pops up, you will get the notification. You just go and have a look at it. Once you have a look at it, just start looking instantly for the confirmations. Guys, it does not take you, literally doesn't take you more than a minute or two to start entering the trade, because the more you do it, the better you get. So it's like, a runner training to run. He starts with 1 minute and then he goes, runs his lap in 59 seconds. And then, before you know it, he's running a 40-second lap. But he started at 1 minute, just like you guys. You're going to start. It's going to be hard for you all. Might take long to, get the confirmations within your eye range. But it's going to all come together the more you apply it. Guys, the best advice I could give on top of everything that we're already doing, it's practice, 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 practice. Think about it this way. Many of you could go in the gym and lift up, I'm just going to quote a weight, right? You could lift up a 50-pound weight, right? Or a 100-pound weight and do 5 reps and call a judge, right? And you go home. Now, that's you. You could go to the gym, lift a 100-pound weight, 1 day for the week, do 5 reps, and you home. Would you gain more muscles or be more fit than the person that is going to the gym every single day and doing 50 reps of a 5-pound weight? No, you will not. Because your body is only getting exerted or stretched or strained or exercised once for the entire week, and it's just 5 measly reps. Do not be the person to come to learn to trade Forex and you do it when you have time. If you have time, and you might place 1 trade for the week. You will, mark my words, this is recorded. I will go on the record say this. You will never get Forex trading done if you are that type of person. Don't do it once a week and expect to have the results that others are having. Do not also judge yourself based on the, the results that you're seeing other people having, because if you are not putting in the efforts as them, you're not going to have your results like them. Okay, so question time. When Pepperstone is updated, can you do a live Zoom in future? Sure, I could. Actually, this tonight's supposed to be a live Zoom. Unfortunately, my buddy who owns this laptop, he has two brokers open on it. So he has Pepperstone and JFX. So when I looked at it, he had the two platforms open. So when I looked down here, my taskbar, I was seeing JFX and Pepperstone. I was like, oh my. What that will do, guys, it will mess up your harmonic scanner, and it will also cause IML to possibly block your service to the IML harmonic scanner, being it open on two different brokers. Kind of lodge as, you know, two different addresses, kind of things like that. So I want to believe something like that happened tonight. That is why we probably not seeing anything. I'm not too sure if anybody on this call could tell me how their GFX. Same thing on yours? Good. So cool. JAFX doesn't have anything new as yet. So we're good with that. It's not a system. Cool. Somebody said things that SM, even on Pepperstone. I'm not too sure who is. Oh, I believe it's Salim. Yeah, cool. I actually figured it out. Yeah. So yeah, as Salim was saying, you know, things aren't, you know, that active right now. Sometimes it works really good. Sometimes, you know, you kind of have to wait. Somebody drew a line down here. I'm not seeing that. So, guys, anybody has anything that they want to find out, anything that they want to ask based on what we shared so far? Because this could be questions and answers now, because there isn't anything going on. And I think we covered perfect entry, not a good entry, and we covered one that didn't meet the entry, but it was a fantastic trade to get in on. Oh, divergence. You did. Okay, so divergence works just like the RSI basically. Kind of wanted to go, well, divergence on the whole. We kind of wanted to go opposite to where the market is really going. So if the market is going up, you kind of want to see things starting to come down. So it's like a turn in the market you're looking for. So in this case, over here, okay, let me not use this. Where the entry is over here, I'll use the annotate. Okay, so guys, I'm sharing my whole screen. So anybody that does private message me, and I open it up on the recording, and I guess everybody else should be able to see it, I think. All right, so check this out, guys. Okay, that is too small. Over here, where we would have taken the entry off of, right, Ryan? Check what's going on here on the MACD, and look at what's going on the RSI. So what I look for, it's that, you know, if I'm seeing that the MACD, it's literally peaking like this, you know, it's coming up, but this one is losing strength, and it kind of peaks out over here. This kind of gives me the confirmation to be able to get into the trade. One thing I do not do, again, with you know, quick fire. Every other method I may do it, but with quick fire, I try not to over analyze, because for me, when I over analyze to take an entry, I tend to miss it, and if let's say in this case I was going for a sell and I missed the sell, I will not basically look to get back into the trade. There we go. We got a new one. So guys, this is how it pops up, right? It pops up with this window that tells you new pattern NZD JPY. So let me cancel all what I was doing and let's have a look at this one. Play all drawings, close this off. You can just click OK for it to come up the screen and NZD JPY. That's your US, NZD JPY. And it meets nothing in the requirements for me to take it. The only thing I see this have going for itself, it's in a downtrending market. And that's about it. The next thing I can see is that it's really at a good resistance zone here. That I may possibly take it, but it really hasn't met the requirements. The charts are different. Oh, you have different ones on your MT4 salad? Oh yeah, this is JFX. So basically guys, this will not be one that I will take using a quick fire strategy, although it is in a downtrending market. And although you could see, a pullback to test for the continuation down, and it's a good trade from what I could see so far. With my eyes, it looks really good, but based on quick fire, no, it doesn't meet the requirements. But it's still a good trade to get into, from what I could see, and it's good for about 20, 24. Let's call it 24 pips. Take profit to at 15 pips. Yeah. But again, guys, we're on quick fire, and this, it hasn't met the requirements. But it's kind of good at the resistance zone here, but that's about it. So let me get back to Rand and divergence. Cool. So what I was saying is that, Rand, if you look here and you see the MACD is basically spiking up and you see it starting to curve like it's coming down, that is showing you divergence. I kind of keep it real simple like that. I don't really overthink it too much. It's been working pretty fine for me. Posted a photo. Oh, yeah. Let's see what Mr. Ferdinand posted in Telegram. Yep. This was the one that I supposed to post since Monday. Thanks, girl. Girl is always on the ball when it comes to, supporting everything that we do. Good. So if you want to look at this and you want to relate it, you want to, okay, so I have another one. Oh, this is basically the same one. Yeah. So in this case, you're looking at a bearish, basically a bearish market. So you're looking at your oscillator to make higher highs in relation to, what we were seeing. And let me get this line here. So based on the picture that girl just sent to you guys on the chat, check this out. Let me get this line a bit thicker. Good. Yeah, move. No, doesn't want to move. Yeah, there. So I'm just kind of moving it so you can see, but it's basically making higher highs, right? But on this height here, you kind of see that it's maxed out, and this is kind of what shows me, that is, that I want to take this out. It peaking over here, RSI at 70, second confirmation, and touching the outer band. Hope that helps. Anybody else? Anything else? And for Craig, but the MACD work on every pair and time frame. 310.16. MACD shows divergence on anything. Any pair, any time frame, it shows you the divergence in the market. But again, guys, I can remember this, and at one point in time when John Mark used to do his trainings, John Mark used to teach, together with the Harmonic Scanner, how to utilize the RSI to show you, the divergence in the market. And then everybody was like, wait now. So in the market, when the RSI at 70, we could sell. When the RSI at 30, we could buy. And then we had a bunch of RSI traders. Guess what? That did not work out pretty for them. Guys, indicators are just that. They are indicators. They are not the sole thing that you want to trade off of. And trust me, you don't want to be trading like that. It's not going to be too pretty for you in the long run. So do not try to trade off the MACD, the RSI, or even the Bollinger Bands alone. It's not going to work for you. Why I tie this together with the Harmonic Scanner, guys, is because the Harmonic Scanner utilizes harmonic patterns, Fibonacci ratios, Elliott's waves, and support and resistance. So you have all of this going on in this automated service here, and you don't want to just think you could apply the indicators and bypass everything that this scanner is doing. So check this out, guys. Just now we got a new scan that popped up, right? I think it was NZD JPY. And if you look here now, it's no longer there. It disappeared, right? So I didn't take the trade because I wasn't comfortable with it. And now this scanner kind of took it off, because once a trade disappears from on the scanner, to my knowledge, that means that, the market moved outside of the parameters for a valid harmonic pattern. So it's no longer a valid harmonic pattern, so it disappeared. No longer a valid harmonic trade. So again, you do not want to just get into any and every trade that pops up. And here it is again. So it pops back up because guess what? The market probably moved back, and it kind of repainted. So anybody have any questions on anything else? I think we started at 6:30. It's now 7:30. I think we're about an hour in. I don't want to keep you guys too long. There isn't much going on, but I want you guys to get this so you can start practicing tomorrow and Friday and tonight. Some of these guys are sitting here. Anybody have anything that they want to find out? Quick fire. Oh, another thing, guys, let me show you what I do. I place my trade. I do this. I minimize the screen. I don't sit there and look at it. Remember I told you guys, I place the trade. I get up in the morning, make my cup of coffee, grab a book, and sit by my laptop for just a certain period of time with my MT4 up It's on. If I get an alert with a new pattern, I look at it, analyze it, get into the trade. If I do get into the trade, I minimize my MetaTrader 4 platform and I get, totally indulge into my book, whatever I'm reading, and I tend to forget about it. And by the time I'm finished drinking that cup of coffee or reading that book, whatever I'm reading, it basically, um, it basically, when I remember to open it up, I more than likely I'm in profits when I open back up my MetaTrader 4. So I know for the new people, there's something with new people that they like to sit and look at trades. They like to see it move. As you don't want to sit down there watching it move up and down, and it's not good for your mental health when it comes to trading, in my opinion. So anybody have anything that they want to find out? Anybody want to ask anything? Anything clarified on quickfire? Going once, going twice. Salim support that statement. Good. Guys, Salim is one of the guys that are really good at, quickfire as well. He's coming along pretty good with it. So we have Salim teaching us, right? Right, buddy? So anybody have anything that they want to find out before we wrap this up? I don't want to cut it prematurely, but you guys still having, something that you want to find out. I guess not. So tonight there isn't even an opportunity for me to have this recording show, trailing stops, because I don't think I did it in the setup video. So again, guys, yeah, it's recorded. I'll post it up probably later tonight. It is recorded. Anybody with anything? Once, twice, missed the beginning. Okay, cool. Didn't really do much. We're just talking a bit. So with that being said, I guess, next session is going to be on Monday night. Same time, 6:30. For the rest of the week, guys, you beat it on quickfire. You do as much as you could do. You're learning. So the more you do it, the more you learn. Yeah, basically, yeah. The more you do, the more you learn. The guys who do it will tell you that the more they have been doing it, the better they're getting at it. I have guys that tell me, Aaron, this is not 4 out of 5 probability, it's 5 out of 5. Why it became 5 out of 5 for them? It's because they know what trades not to take. And that is one of the best things to know in Forex trading. What trades not to take. All trades are good to take. You just need to wait on the right time to take it. So it's not that you shouldn't trade Euro USD or USD CAD. It's all about knowing when to trade your Euro USD and when to trade USD CAD. So guys, with that being said, love and appreciate each and every one of you all. Don't forget BT Trade Group. They're killing it every single day. On top of that, you guys want to drop your love into the group chat. Everybody that was on this call, everybody that takes trade from the the signals group, you want to basically drop your love for the traders in your various team chats. You have so many teams on this call. You want to drop drop your love in your various team chats, right? So guys, as purpose driven, that is Girl Ferdinand. It says 5 to 10 pips a day can make you a millionaire. Discipline. Now guys, we recently had one of multi-millionaire trader has been trading for the last 13 years. I got involved, in RML. And, he shared something that, was absolutely powerful. He's been trading for 13 years and, has mega accounts. And he was like, yo, you guys can make 50 pips a day easy. That's more than you need to be wealthy in Forex. He didn't say rich, he said wealthy. Guys, you have the ability to do that very easily with just quickfire alone. You have the ability to do that with the signals group alone. Every single technique and every single strategy that we're going to dish out to you guys, you could do that every single week using any one of these strategies. My advice again, Girl Ferdinand said discipline, be disciplined. Do not be disciplined, you and you alone have to answer to yourself for that. So guys, love and appreciate each and every one of you all. Have a great night. You guys spit that quick fire out. You guys, post your screenshots. Aaron Rampersad do not care whether you're on demo, whether you're on live. 10 pips is 10 pips. All I do ask is that please follow proper risk even on your demo account. Now, that being said, even if you have a 5,000, 10,000, or some people like to have $1 million demo account, still trade proper risk. So if you know that you're a $1,000 kind of person, you trade proper risk for a $1,000 account and you post those screenshots of your profitability using any one of these techniques to show that, what we're doing is actually helping you guys. What we're doing actually giving you the ability to, become better traders, become better earners, become better people. Because I shared this one before I wrap up. One person shared this with me many years ago. She said that, most people want to help people, but you cannot help people if you don't have money. You can only empathize with them. If you do not have money, you really can't help much people. You need to have money to help them. If you don't have money, all you can do is empathize with them. So guys, Forex is a way for us to make as much money as we can. You guys have the ability to do that. Just be disciplined with it, and you're gonna make as much money as you could. Help yourself and help others as well. So, great. Girl Ferdinand at it again, guys. Always remember, if posting on social media, use disclaimers. Guys, use disclaimers. Use disclaimers, use disclaimers. Now, in our group chats, it's fine. You don't need to put the disclaimer in the group chats. Anything that goes on social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, wherever, LinkedIn, any social media platform that goes to the general public, put your disclaimers, please. Guys, put your disclaimers, please. Why? Because you do not want to mess up a great thing that we have here. You do not want the company being jeopardized. You do not want the, this great opportunity that we have to learn Forex be tied up in an investigation for, somebody just posting a demo screenshot far less and have everybody getting messed up for that. So disclaimers, 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 but posting really and truly, guys, feel free if you want to post it online, but mainly the posting that I'm talking about is within your various team group chats, right? Post it in your team group chat. Mr. McSween also has a group chat for the whole organization. You can also trail love inside there as to, your success with IML, not your success with Iron Ramsat, right? No, you don't have to put my name there. Just say IML. The education, the services that you got, IML. So you can show your group chat, show your love over there. Guys, love and appreciate every one of you. I am out. Good night. Have a great time. Cool, quick fire. Spit it up, shoot it up, do whatever you want to do. Quick fire it up, right? So that being said, let me stop this recording now.